He declares his love for Saria.
He fell in love with a gorilla, bro! Oh my!
Bully level 1 hero defeats a level 1500 undead demon lord. Like, these titles are hilarious.
Is at the bottom of his school's social pecking order.
Who is this fat fuck?
School are appended when everyone in the school is trans.
And you know what's crazy? I would never watch this anime because the thing with me is I can't watch an anime where I can't stand looking at the main character.
You're ugly, you're disgusting, I'm gonna kill you.
If he's the main character, I would not be able to sit through the anime. I couldn't do it. Make sure you like the video right now because I know you're going to enjoy it. Like it right now, please and thank you.
Another world, gaining unusual skills and facing totally bizarre enemies. Seiichi is confused as ever when he wakes up to a half-naked girl who starts hugging him and saying that she loves him. He is very
Wait, what? I missed this. What?
Skills and facing totally bizarre enemies. Seiichi is confused as ever when he wakes up to a half-naked girl who starts hugging him and
Of course. Half-naked girl just wakes up and starts hugging him. Of course. Cause that it makes sense.
Saying that she loves him. He is very disoriented since he was just in another world as a simple high school student. We discover that he was a pretty good and normal guy, but possessed physical features that lent themselves to bullying and rejection. However, that last day in school, he remembers a mysterious voice making an announcement to the school, saying that I am what those in your world would call a god, and you will all be sent to a new world as heroes. He grants them the ability to check their power level and skills, and also tells them to form groups. The other kids make fun of Seiichi, as he is the weakest with level 1 in all his statistics.
That makes sense. I mean, look at him.
Up with him, so he is left alone and cannot be transported to the new world. So the voice decides to grant him one more special skill and sends him into this RPG.
No, that's crazy. He's really a bitch. He's really a bitch.
Like Fantasyland, Seiichi falls into the jungle, where he must get food and face beasts with great power.
Nuts.
He begins to adapt to his environment, and finds these fruits of evolution that will help him to raise his statistics. He digs in
fruits of evolution, nigga, that's an almond. I eat almonds all the time and nothing has evolved inside me.
Will help him to raise his statistics. He digs in but finds them to be quite disgusting. However, a few moments later, he
add
hears
some
a
salt
robotic
to it.
voice say, activating the effects of the fruit of evolution. Nothing happens, so he goes to look for more food and comes across these beasts. He panics a little after noticing they are
nigga,
level
those
100.
are monkeys. What do you mean these beasts? Those are clearly monkeys. Why are we acting like we've never seen monkeys before?
20, and he is only level 1, so he waits a while until they leave. After the beasts go, he rushes out the bush and finds lots of the special fruit, along with other things like an item box and high-grade recovery potions. After improving a little, he sees how with the help of the fruit, his physical condition begins to change, but he is
all this story is telling me so far is if you eat a lot of protein, aka almonds, you'll get stronger.
Still at level 1. Meanwhile, his classmates were sent directly to the city with all possible comforts.
Oh,
Here we see this group, who are Seiichi's only friends, but from an old school in the past. On the other hand, Seiichi has consumed many healing fruits, life items, and relics. After ranking up a couple of his abilities, a monkey comes out of nowhere and attacks him.
Oh, so now it's a monkey. It was a beast before, but now it's a monkey.
Like a healing potion, but the monkey is too strong, and just when it looked like it was over for him,
this nigga's getting beat by
kills the monkey. Loot drop.
Did he just fart and kill this monkey? Did he really just fart and kill this monkey?
From it, which ends up increasing his skills.
And he got Pokemon cards!
Containing the following information. Clever monkeys are monsters of great intelligence that live in high-level dungeons. They possess knowledge of herbs, and are capable of both alchemy and creating tools. He doesn't know how he can read the book since he's never seen this kind of writing before, but quickly realizes it was the special skill that the god gave him which allows him to read it. A few moments later, the robot...
The god gave him a special skill of reading. Oh, this is an isekai, bro. Learning words should be a default. They gave...
voice says, now commencing evolution, and Seiichi goes from being fat to slim. He also gains a huge boost in stats.
He still looks ugly as hell!
However, he is sad and surprised to see his evolution is still only 1 out of 10, even after defeating a level 120 clever monkey. 5 months go by, and Seiichi has started to get the hang of things. Everything seemed fine until a great level 7000 gorilla appears, who is the Kaiser Kong and boss House of the Clever Monkeys. He arrives to challenge him and expects him to be weak. He throws a mean punch, but Seiichi manages to dodge it, which weirdly impresses the gorilla as she's a female. Seiichi.
Oh, I was wondering why that nigga is pink. She wants Seiji's penis.
I wanna fuck you.
Survives a flash fist, which impresses her even more, and tells Seiichi, I want strong males. He says no thank you.
So this is the naked girl.
Gets upset and says, I'm no gorilla, I'm Saria. To which Seiichi says, why do you have the name of a pretty girl? And the gorilla blushes since he said pretty. Seiichi tries to destroy Saria as he's not feeling her like that. However, he messes up by using his own ability on himself, confusing Saria and embarrassing himself. Saria hits him with the flash fist, but Seiichi manages to eat it and survive, which impresses Saria. The gorilla ends up falling in love with Seiichi and takes him to her lair, where she begins to treat him as her husband.
He's about to get his booty played with by a pink gorilla. This gorilla is about to do this man so dirty, bro.
This bothers Seiichi, who prefers escaping. However, he ends up sharing too much with Saria and she ends up growing on him, even taking a lot of affection for her, not for a relationship but as a great companion. Meanwhile,
are y'all sleeping with the gorilla like this? Y'all sleeping with the gorilla like this? His head is on her teeth! This, oh my god. You would die. This is death. What do you mean yes? No, y'all are fucking lying. Y'all are lying. You're dead. Look at the size of those arms. There is no type of movement. You see the arm, like the bulk, there's no type of softness-ticity. Like, you're done.
But as a great companion. Meanwhile, Seiichi's
said
classmates were frustrated.
This nigga was fat and now he's a furry.
Because they had to practice swinging a wooden sword every day and learn the basics. Back to Seiichi. He tries to escape from the forest. He's running fast to a dungeon as he thinks it's the only exit from the forest, and Saria is chasing close behind to prevent him from getting away. Seiichi has to use his instant movement skill to escape, and ends up at the dungeon where he meets an undead, who is surprised to see that a human managed to reach his room. Seiichi checks and finds his level to be 1500, and the demon instantly tries to kill him. However, Saria jumps in the way and takes the hit. Seiichi is in pain and screams.
R.I.P. Monkey, thank you, Audie. Oh my god, R.I.P. Monkey for real though, man. It was a good ooh-ah for while it lasted.
Finally calling it by her name.
He's crying. He's knew this monkey for like 2 days.
He apologizes to Saria for being so mean to her, and Saria says you're actually kind, telling him to smile. After a few moments, Saria dies and Seiichi loses control. He faces the undead demon lord with all his strength. Seiichi counterattacks non-stop, using all the skills learned in the last months. He declares his love for Saria.
I thought she died.
Using all the skills learned in the last months. He declares his love for Saria.
He fell in love with a gorilla, bro! Oh my...
How lonely was he in life? How lonely was this nigga, bro? How lonely was he? He hung out with the gorilla for like 2-3 days and fell in love. Oh my god. Why did they make this nigga so lame?
Strength to use his ocean impact ability, and that is how he defeats the great skeleton. Saria's ghost is very sad and with the regret that she could not have her husband, and
he defeated a level 1500 demon lord by falling in love with a gorilla. Who wrote this disgusting BS? We're finishing it though. We're finishing it. Don't get twisted. We're still gonna finish it.
Kiss that conveniently turns her into the beautiful girl from the beginning, which turns out to be the reward from defeating the demon lord, and also allowed him to level up and achieve his final.
No, we're not citing past the fact that he kissed a gorilla. He fell in love with a gorilla. I don't care that she turned into this. He fell in love with the gorilla!
His face changes and even his voice, thus forming the evolved protagonist who will break into this adventure. All of a sudden, a cute little thing called Mr. Sheep appears, who acts as an intermediary between levels and announces the rewards for completing the dungeon. They are being teleported to the outskirts of the forest, so Mr. Sheep gives Seiichi a helmet that later turns into a robe.
Like, she's bad, bro, but what are you saying? I told you. We all knew that the gorilla was the girl. That was common sense. It showed us in the beginning. It's the fact that he fell in love with the gorilla, even though it was a gorilla. I don't care about the whole... I don't care about nothing else. Oh, you know, it's a cute personality, you know? I don't give a fuck fuck about none of that.
And Saria a simple dress. Saria is excited as she's never been outside the forest before, and Seiichi
Why are we still watching this? Because no matter how pissed off I am, I'm still posting this on YouTube.
Can't wait to start his new adventure. They join the Adventurers Guild, where the teachers ask him to pass an entrance exam, with a girl named Altria. At first, she seems like a mean and militant person, but it doesn't take long. With a girl named Altria.
Damn. Hold up. Wow. Woo. Something about people with white hair for real. Golly.
I'm getting hard.
She seems like a mean and militant person, but it doesn't take long for us to discover that she only intends to do good. Altria manages to create a connection with Seiichi and Saria, opening up with them and gains more confidence in them.
Like, ain't no way you're staring at flat back like that.
They take the exam required by the guild, where they both do well. However, things get complicated when they fall into a trap that teleports them to a dungeon full of tricks, where Seiichi and Saria are separated from Altria by a wall. Altria encounters some enemies.
Y'all telling me y'all can't break that weak-ass wall? Weren't you like a level 7,000 gorilla, and you can't break this weak-ass wall? And they're just staring at the wall go up. Jump over the wall!
Altria
look at how slow it's
and dangers on the other side, but manages.
The title of this video is the worst anime ever? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. That's gonna be the title of it. In fact, I'm putting it in my notes right now.
Is to hold her own. Meanwhile, Seiichi gets objects and improves his statistics. Altria ends up meeting the Black Dragon God, who is, according to humans, a formidable beast, and whoever runs into him has the worst luck. Altria says, "I'll show you how I earn the name Calamity," and uses all her strength to let out an epic attack on the dragon. However, she seems to be no match for it as he counters her easily, and says to her, "Know your place." The Black Dragon God almost kills Altria, but just before it finishes her off, Seiichi appears and epically saves Altria. But not only that, he faces the legendary Black Dragon. He is a level 5,000 beast and managed to hurt Seiichi several times, but when he gains confidence, he resorts to his—
Wait, hold on. The gorilla was level 7,000. How did it take only one stab from a level 1,500 for it to die? What? It was level 7,000. Garbage ass plot, bro.
Techniques and skills learned, so the combat takes a different turn, and the dragon ends up being defeated by the same sword that was used when Seiichi was weaker. Here they claim their rewards, and Seiichi gains tons of power points.
The gorilla is literally the strongest character we've seen so far.
They leave the dungeon, where Altria begins to blame herself, as her luck is negative 2 million. However, Seiichi tells her that everyone is going to be fine, and the people from the guild, including him, love her. Seiichi doesn't rest until he—
Including him? Y'all known each other for how long? This nigga loves any woman he sees. It doesn't matter if it's a dog, giraffe, fly. If he sees women, he just falls in love instantly. Oh my god.
It's Altria that no matter what.
Negative 2 million luck, or 200,000 luck or whatever is crazy though.
They will always be there for her. Seiichi helps her by giving her a Ring of Happiness, a fantasy-grade item that will negate her curse and double her luck. In the end, Altria is confused by how many things that he is doing for her, so she begins to feel strange and avoids it. However, after some time, she decides to put this issue aside, and now as a member of the guild,
Zoro gained some weight in the face.
Member of the guild, Seiichi decides to look for information about the new world, realizing that the heroes summoned to kill the Demon Lord have their emperor as their director, who is a selfish guy that would do what is necessary to kill the demons.
Kids.
As we see a little later, he ends up using
allegedly
some mind control bracelets. However, for now, Seiichi is still on his own. He learns more medium level magic and takes a break to think about Altria, who at the same time finds herself confused in her feelings, so much so that her friend explains everything about love to her, making Altria realize she is in love with Seiichi. On the other hand, Seiichi realizes that he must clear things up, either by accepting the girl's feelings or by rejecting her. But he can't leave her like that, so the two meet, and before anything can be said, Altria kisses him and tells him that she knows he is not serious about her, since
this nigga's choosing a gorilla over a real woman. Ain't that crazy, y'all? This nigga really choose Harambe over everything else.
he has Saria, but she still loves him and wants to find a way to be with him. So with Saria's consent, Seiichi ends up accepting the two girls as companions. Everything calms down for now, until the guildmaster proposes him to get a horse, as they are a must-have, and will end up being very useful as an adventurer. Proposes him to get a horse.
His dingling is so big. Why is his dingling so thick?
As they are a must-have, and will end up being very useful as an adventurer. So after some time, he manages to find this not very friendly donkey, but it seems to be very strong.
Let me guess. This donkey's gonna turn into a girl too, and he's gonna fuck the donkey.
I like that.
So Seiichi decided to sign up with her to at least get a prize from the great tournament in the city. But from the beginning, things go wrong as the animal has been very poorly fed. So he decides to give it a fruit of evolution that not only activates it, but also raises all its statistics, thus gaining a lot of speed and killing all.
That was me like in Pokemon games where you could get on like you could ride your Pokemon and you had to I had to hatch my eggs. So I'll just be running around in a circle just to hatch some eggs, yep.
Competitors and obstacles in the way, so they end up winning the race, taking the recognition and being able to spend a day with the Valkyries, who are the strongest warriors of this kingdom. In the fruit of evolution, the donkey turns into a human girl, who is basically in love with our protagonist, so now he has the record of 3 girls accompanying him. He shares some time with them, until the Valkyries come take him away to the king's castle, where he can see how skillful the Valkyries are, and his skills can be tested.
And everyone's a woman! See, don't get twisted. I'm all for strong women, right? I hate when they do strong women so fucking dirty, bro!
Stands out the most is Louise, who is the most powerful as she ends up challenging 6 at one time. Seiichi thinks he has no chance, but we already know that the statistics are not an accurate measurement of his power. So not only does he manage to dodge all the attacks perfectly, he also manages to disarm her, thus earning the respect of the girl, as he is the first one who did something like that to her. So with help of an infiltrator, the demons send an assassin to the kingdom to attack the king. The girl ends up being captured by the same 6, but the crime is already done, and the king is seriously hurt. Seiichi uses his knowledge and manages to invert the curse bestowed upon him.
Deadass, where the minute? Deadass. Like, what happened to all his classmates?
The king, leaving him practically unharmed, becoming an ally of the kingdom. Meanwhile, Seiichi's classmates are being treated more and more as slaves by the emperor.
They heard me! They heard me! Oh my god! Oh my god, they heard me, bro!
Wants to send them to die against the devil. We discover that the emperor took the little assassin from an ancient race, that they themselves led to extinction, leaving only the little one that they would train to serve the evil old man. The little girl is more or less a victim, so our protagonist uses his magic to remove the collar from her neck, and she is very grateful for it as now she can finally be free and rest. Seiichi is then reunited with all the girls,
and
he takes advantage of being with the
Of course, she's not a human, of course.
Be free and rest. Seiichi is then reunited with all the girls. He takes advantage of being with the Valkyries and trains a little. But Louise urgently asks Seiichi to take care of the king's protection, since enemies have appeared on the border of the kingdom and they must take care of it. He quickly accepts, and at first everything goes well. He even meets the legendary Barnabas and spends time with the king. However, a wave of demons sent by the infiltrator appear, which are a much higher level than what the kingdom offers. But this does not stop them from preparing for the attack. They defend their.
So it's not a single man in this kingdom. I guess this world must have like gender roles flipped or something, because there's only strong women. I've yet to see a strong man. There's only strong women besides the main character. So they must have gender roles flipped or something. That has to be it.
The allies managed to not only maintain control of the situation, but also counterattack.
Dumbo?
However, the enemy has prepared a second wave that attacks from the bottom. Seiichi uses his abilities eloquently, making him look as if he were the true legend of the kingdom, and releases so much magic that it kills everyone, completely ending the combat and gaining him countless levels of power. Even Barnabas tells him that he could easily be a teacher at his school, which is the same one where all his classmates are. So now, he will meet again with everyone who discriminated against him for being the weakest. And here begins a new adventure for Seiichi and his harem of girls. So for now, he says goodbye to the kingdom to start his new path. And that brings the anime to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and turn on the notification.
They said the end of his harem. I don't like the fact that the most interesting part was the fact that he was about to go see his classmates, and that's when it ends. That irritates me. Everything about this was trash, right? I was literally not expecting anything, nothing good. And then they said, oh, he's gonna meet his classmates. That's next season.